C++ series on HackerRank platform. We will solve the next problem, which is on the class. In the previous video, we saw about structures, how the structures are uh, defined, what are the members in the structures, how we can access the structures. The classes are very much similar to the structures, but the biggest advantage of classes are classes support the object-oriented concept, whereas the structures do not support. The object-oriented programs include encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, and many more concepts, which makes the programming very much powerful. The object-oriented programming is the one of the biggest features of the C++, which are implemented using classes. In classes, we will be having two access specifiers. One is about public, the other is about private. The difference between the access specifier is that whenever we have members of the public access specifier, they can be accessed from anywhere. There is no restriction. But when we have a private restriction, private access specifier, we can access the member of the class using the member functions only. We can't access outside the class. And uh, here they have given one example of the class which is named as sample class, having a member variable of the private specifier and two functions which are of the public specifier. It is a good practice to keep the variables in the private specifier and functions in the public specifier, because the public functions we will be using in the main functions or any other classes to access the private variables. The problem we need to solve here is about we need to create a student class, and student class will be having four members, as we saw in the last video also. The same: age, first name, last name, and standard. Age and standard are of integer data type, first name and last name are of string data type. We need to also create getters and setters. Setters are nothing but the functions which set the value of variable for that class, and getters are nothing but we use getters to retrieve the value of the class. Because the variables will be public, we can't directly access them. If you want to access this, for example this val variable, we can access to the getters. So we will write that class. We can see here the sample input and output. The reading of input and printing is already handled by the code template. We just need to create the class and write the member functions and getters and setters. There is also another task we need to do. We need to write a toString function. The toString function which returns string consisting of all the four members. You can see in the sample output. This is the output of the toString function. This contains all the four member variables with separated by the comma. We will start solving it. Class student. We will have the private access specifier. As I said, in the private access specifier we will be having the uh, member variables. Int age, After we have all the four member variables in the private access specifier, we will define the functions required for accessing the member variables and to set the value of member variables in the public section. First, we will write the setters, which will set the value of the member variable. Remember, whenever we write the functions for the setters, the return type will always be the void. The function name should be specified here: set age, set first name, set last name, set standard. The set age will take the integer as an argument and set that argument value to the class variable. We will see how we will set. We will use age equal to a. This will do the job of putting the value of a into the class object's age variable's value. In the similar way, we will do it for set first name. Now we will do it for last name. The remaining is about standard, set standard. So these four functions are called as setters because they set the value. If we want to access this class member variables value, we can access them using the getters. These functions are called as getters, and the return type of getters will be the respective data type which we are accessing. For age, it will be the int get age as specified in this problem definition. Remember, the getters will not be having any argument. Here we just need to return the respective variables. For first name, it will be the string return type. For last name also the same return type. For standard, the return type will be int. Yes, these four functions are called getters. Now there is also one function we need to define it, that is toString. This is third job. As you can see here, the toString method is returning the string. They are printing here. The toString method should return the string combining all three uh, member variables: string, toString, which will not take any arguments. In the one of the previous video, I have solved the problem on the string stream. We will use that. String stream is nothing but it does the job of combining multiple variables of different data types into a string data type. It will return a string uh, consisting of multiple variables. We will see. We need to define it as string stream. SS is the object name. String stream is the class which is defined in the SS stream header file. They are already included here. To add the value into string string, we use the left shift operator. We will first add the age. As you can see, first we need to print age. After that we need to have one comma. After that again first name. After that again one comma. Same with last name. Again one comma. Then we have standard. It ends. Now we have added all the variables into string stream class. Now we will extract it as a string. We will take one string object, a string variable, and we will extract it as ss.str. This str function will return the string of that particular object. Here the object is ss. We will return this. We need to add a semicolon after the class ends. Now we will get standard. The spelling is yes, no errors. We will run it. The sample test case is passed. Yes, the code is correct.